Then comes the problem of identifying opportunities, particularly in this COVID-19 times. How easy or difficult is it to identify opportunities in Africa or Ghana, for that matter?
In COVID-19 era, everything has come to a standstill. It requires the dreamers to see how best they can turn around this pandemic. As an entrepreneur, I'm thinking about how do I supply the needs of the people online. So now, if you do not understand the work of IT and how you can use the services of social media, you'll be one of the poorest people in the world. Uber, for example, hasn't got a single car, but he's using his mind, and people are using their cars, and he's getting his money, his commission. Now, Airbnb is another area where he hasn't got a single hotel. But when you want to travel and go to sit in a hotel, sleep somewhere, you just sign on and you get your hotel. All right. It's about the brain. This is where we are heading towards. So this COVID-19 thing has even come to destroy the little that we were holding on. So 21st century has come with its dynamics, and that is the mindset. So I will plead with those who will be watching me and listening to me that it's about time that we talk about the mindset, for which I've written a book.
Okay.
So this one is the fundamentals of entrepreneurship,
Right.
in which I've decided to develop certain things that will require the youth. So I'm saying that you have to have the entrepreneurial mind.
Right.
The entrepreneurial mind. So I spoke about the mind and the brain.
Right.
What it does. Now, if you're able to do that, let me remind you of Einstein. He was just a dreamer, you see. But eventually, scientists have put his dreams into reality and are now flying to space. So I've spoken a little bit about Einstein.
Okay.
Right now, some of us should behave like Einstein. So this one is Zambia football team. 2009. The whole team got perished in Gabon. On the airplane. Yes. Yeah. In 2012 was this AFCON in Gabon. So the coach took the Zambian team to the seaside where the people perished and told them that now it's all about the mind. Go and fight on behalf of your people that were perished. And I tell you, the Zambian team was no match to Ghana, was no match to Cote d'Ivoire, and yet they scored these two powerful countries. And 2012, Zambia won. It's all about the mind. So if you see that occultists use bones and pictures of dragons in their rooms, so should the entrepreneurs put posters that are lovely in their rooms. You must fix monies all over on your walls. Put some cash in your bathroom, in your sitting room, in your office, or to psych yourself about the beauty of money. If these occultists can do that to achieve their negative part of their life, why wouldn't we, the positive ones, also have that mindset? So that's all that I'm developing in this book. So I'm saying that, for example, we were grinding our things on stones, and now we are using blenders. It's all about the mind. How do I change this to that? So this COVID-19 era, people should sit down and think about innovative ways of making their businesses.
You mentioned one very interesting thing, that the 21st century is about using the mind, talent. So are you therefore saying that industrialization is
over?
Are you saying it's no more useful in this century?
Well, we are now in the 20th year of 21st century. And I think that, and that's my personal opinion, right, that 21st century has come with talents. So talents to use your hands, your legs, talent to use your voice. That is where this country should be gearing towards. ABBA, the music group in Sweden, changed the economy of Sweden, such that Brazil is also, the football club of Brazil is also changing the face of Brazil. So if Ghana can do that, I'm sure we would go very far. Gebre Selassie is also changing East Africa. Think about talents all over. Azuma Nasi gave us a good name to Ghana because he was a world champion. We should continue that path of identifying and harnessing talents in this country. Now, if you want to go into industrialization, which period I think is being phased out, it's about time that Ghana, we identify who we are, what we are capable of, and then move on with that kind of talent. Entertainment is another area that is for the future. Entertainment industry. People are getting bored, people are getting depressed. So as a country, as a group of people, the governance structure, you can identify entertainment and showcase our culture all over the world.
The creative industry.
It will be fantastic. This pall bearing at funerals. Could you imagine if you could have done that for Mandela, Kofi Annan, and to that be, and then we register it and we patent it, and the BBC and VOA would all be capturing it. These are the areas of thinking that in the 21st century I want to promote as a campaign that let us think about the mind to innovate things.
About 10 years ago, Doc, you predicted that certain jobs will be lost. That was about 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Can you re-emphasize that? What are the jobs that people should be considering, not thinking about, because they're going to be phased out? And what are the other jobs that you think?
So let me take you back to 30 years ago.
Right.
I also prophesied that jobs would be nowhere, and that my children at that time should take up vocations. At that time, their mother could not understand me at all. That why am I asking my children to sell in the streets, to be hairdressers, to be mechanics, and to be electricians? But I stood my grounds and made sure that each child of mine sold in the street on one holiday. The next holiday, you be a hairdresser. The next holiday, you go and learn electricals. The following one, you be a mechanic. And I made sure that they did that. I could see 30 years ahead. Now they are doctors, pharmacists, engineers, fashion designers. That's my children. And they are telling me that, Dad, shake our hands. Whilst you were taking us through these vocations, our friends were laughing at us. But now we drive confidently because we understand the mechanics of the machine that we are using. Now, as a doctor, I can operate very well because I did sewing. Because you have to sew the human body. But knowing how much and how it is to sew materials, it becomes easy for me to sew. So, that was 30 years ago. Then you met me 10 years ago and said I made prophecies that certain businesses will phase out, like accounting. This accounting system, now software is taking over. Wherever you are, if you buy, it will be registered on your mobile phone, and the businessman or the CEO will just read that account, and that's it. I told you that there will be buildings called banks. There will be no human beings. And it's coming very fast. Now, at the comfort of your home, you can get your money. And then you can go to a wall, ATM, and get money. So if you went to the university and did banking and finance, and you are now a teller at the bank, very soon you lose your job. This was a prophecy 10 years ago that you met me. Now, the next 10 years, if I have to tell you, I'm also saying that